Hey, what's up everybody? Thursday, July 11th. So, Dow Jones top 27,000. Let's go back. Let's go back to November, December of 2018 when the market was in a correction and everybody was panicking. Everybody was panicking. I had a lot of subscribers at the time who canceled their subscriptions. I had guys crying to me. I had one guy sending me emails 3-4 times a day saying, how could you recommend we buy? You recommended that we buy and it went down below the buy point. That is unacceptable. I've made videos in the past talking about being exact. The quest for absolute precision. That is the destroyer of results. Action is what creates results. Action combined with knowledge, combined with behavior. The quest for precision, for perfection, let me put it that way, the quest for perfection. Perfection in price. Getting it absolutely correct. The quest for perfection in timing. Needing to be perfect in your timing is a destroyer of success. It is a killer of results. And people who believe that this is necessary are really sabotaging themselves and are really bound by their own internal fears, and they cannot break out of those fears. They are shackled, they are chained, they are unable and will never be able to produce results, nor will they ever accept responsibility for their own actions, because by them saying, I need to be absolutely precise, perfect, perfection in my timing, in my price, in my whatever. It doesn't even have to do with trading. It has to do with life. Action produces results, but those people who seek perfection as opposed to taking action and then whatever, managing that, course correcting, whatever you have to do, those are the first ones to heap blame and to go searching for the fairy, the magical fairy, whether that's the system fairy in the case of trading, whether that's some kind of job fairy, or if only I get this job, everything is going to be fantastic, right? If only I live in this place, I'm going to move out of here. If only I go to this place, everything is going to be fantastic. If only I have this kind of car and my life is going to be fantastic, or this kind of girlfriend or boyfriend or wife or spouse or whatever, partner, the life is going to be fantastic. It's all internal, people. It's never, ever external. But the pursuit of perfection. Now, I'm not talking about the pursuit of perfection when you really want to become good at something. Yeah, and that's always a drive. You know, elite people, whether that's in trading or sports or performing arts or science or whatever it is, medicine or whatever it is. Yeah, they constantly, they drive themselves for that elite status. They constantly want to improve, but in our game, that comes with better knowledge, better behavior, right? It doesn't come from, I need that exact moment that, anyway. I told you back in November and December, I had guys crying and whining and complaining. Really, it was, to use the lack of another word, it was pathetic to see grown adults. I had that again in March. I had that again in May with these corrections. Now, on the flip side, I have to be honest, I have people who stuck around and I believe they grew personally. I believe if any of them, if they were on this video with me right now, if it was an interview, they would tell you they had personal growth. You can only grow through resistance. You can only grow through hardship. You can only grow through adversity. You can only grow when you go through things that are difficult periods in your life, difficult trading periods. Everybody can handle, the smooth ride when nothing happens. But that's no resistance. You can't build muscles. You can't go to a gym without resistance. You can't sit on your couch and eat potato chips and get fit. So you know what I'm talking about. So 27,000, what's happening now? What's happening now? I do not see a lot of bullish sentiment. It's up a little bit. I do not see runaway bullish sentiment. We had a backup in bond yields today. Not exactly sure why, but maybe some comments from the Fed. And maybe, Powell today was talking about you have to raise, he was telling Congress, you got to raise the debt ceiling. He said there's going to be a catastrophe. Now, I don't know if there's going to be a catastrophe, but he said you got, and by the way, this guy, and I've said it many times, Powell, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He says things like that spending is on an unsustainable path. What is that? That's this cliche statement that they say, which is meaningless. There is no such thing as an unsustainable path when you are paying in your own sovereign currency. What, is the United States going to run out of dollars? Where did the dollar, when they say here's another $1 trillion for war and military and defense, where does it come from? Do we dig it up out of the ground? No, Congress just says, okay, now we're going to spend this much on war. I'd love it if it was spent on infrastructure and healthcare and education and basic science and research and environment, all the things that would really, really create the real assets and incredible life for everybody in the country. You spend it on military and defense more than the next 8 countries combined or something like that crazy. You end up blowing that capital which you create, that physical capital, bombs, missiles, tanks, soldiers, you blow them up on a battlefield somewhere. It's stupid. Anyway. So 27,000 on the Dow. I do not see a lot of bullish sentiment. That is not to say we won't have a choppy period. Look, we are back in the reserve build period. And this is typically a headwind for the market. I'll just say that. Now, of course, I'm going to end this by saying if you want more information on this, and by the way, I put out an email today on gold. You are seeing something in gold for the first time in 2 years. You need to know this. If you want that email, go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com. Right there on the home page, it says sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. See everybody tomorrow. Bye-bye.